Hey, welcome back. Appreciate you checking out this video. Hope you're having a fantastic day. We are going to dig in a little bit about how to get faster for soccer, how to increase your soccer speed, what specific speed you should be working on improving, getting faster at, and also 5 exercises that are crucial to make you a faster, more explosive, quicker soccer player. So let's dig in. First thing I'm going to show is a I found a great example for those of you who've been around a while, podcast or in my newsletter. You've probably heard me talk about how speed for a soccer player, that acceleration speed is so much more important than top end speed. And you rarely hit top speed on a soccer pitch. It's almost impossible for 7v7, 9v9, the shorter fields, but top end speeds is 60, 70, 80 yards plus of straight ahead sprinting. Whereas soccer, of course, as we know, is sometimes just a few steps, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 yards before you're changing direction. So your ability to accelerate so much more important than your top end speed. And it's also, thankfully, the speed that you can have a much bigger impact on and improve upon with your training. And I found a great example that I'm gonna show you. I thought this was really cool to give you an idea of what I mean when I say, like, someone may be really fast, say over 80 yards, 100 yards, be a great spinner because they have great top end speed. But if they take a long time to accelerate, they actually look slow on a soccer pitch because of the game itself, even though they may not be slow. And here is a great example of that. This is a 100-meter sprint. If you look all the way to the left and the girl at the blue and the white and watch this start dead last in the start. I think a couple of sprinters maybe even have 3, 4, 5 meters on her, and then she wins. It's not even close. It's not even close. You look at this right, like you think there's no way this is the lady who's winning this, but it just takes her a long time to get up to speed, as you could see. It's short. I'm gonna run that again. So just pay attention to how far behind she is out of the blocks, and it's about halfway through. That's when she kicks in, where her acceleration kicks in. She has a very high top end speed. As you can see, it just takes quite a while to get there. Now, in the 100-meter race, that was a big win for her. Really wasn't even close in terms of a 100-meter sprint. But on a soccer pitch, that is someone who would look extremely slow. If those were all soccer players, she would look extremely slow compared to the rest of the players. So how do we work on that? How do we increase our acceleration speed, right? These tools we need in soccer: speed, acceleration speed, that explosiveness, that quickness, that power over a few steps. Well, they're all the result of being able to produce a high level of relative strength as quickly as possible, which is basically power. Relative strength, what I mean, just to give you an idea, if you're 150 pounds and you can squat, you know, 300 pounds, That's that is higher relative strength to someone who's 250 pounds and can squat 350, right? And a lot of world-class sprinters, or pretty much all world-class sprinters, can body squat 2 times to 2.5 to 3 times their body weight, and that is relative strength. And the strength, that's the foundation of all of it. That's the foundation of your athleticism. Yeah, yes, other traits matter, reaction time and all that, but it's all the foundation is laid by your strength. That is what allows you to produce power, what allows you to produce the speed and the acceleration. All else being equal, a stronger sprinter is a faster sprinter. A stronger soccer player is a faster soccer player. Many studies have shown this, such as one in strength and conditioning. They discovered players, and this is with football players, for example, but they discovered the players who were stronger, which they had a greater maximum weight on the squat relative to their body weight. There's the relative part. Also tended to have faster sprint times in the 40, which is a common sprint for, field athletes like football players, soccer players, that sort of thing. So if you want to get faster and more athletic, you've got to get stronger and more powerful. And yes, for the young players, this is true as well. I won't get into all that in this video, but I don't have a problem with properly done strength training for younger kids, but you should be working with body weight exercises first, because there's no way you should be squatting with a bar on your back if you can't do a proper body weight squat. So let's take a look at 5 exercises that you can use that will absolutely improve your acceleration speed, which is going to make you a better soccer player. You get to 50-50 balls more often, faster. You'll be able to beat the defender off the dribble faster. You'll be able to defend better and so on and so on. You know what I'm talking about here. So first is, of course, the squat. The one I'm showing here is with a kettlebell in front. I think younger athletes it's a great way to get down your proper form, I think more so. Now I'd start body weight and this is a great example to see, the form should be the same. You can do the squat the same way, body weight, just not having the kettlebell. So it's going to show you from the front, and then I'll also show you from the side as well. This is a foundational strength exercise that all athletes should be doing. The stuff about knee, it's all nonsense. If you're squatting properly, it's going to strengthen your knees. It's going to make you more resistant to injury. It's not going to injure you if you're doing it properly. So the next exercise, I've got 2 foundational strength exercises that basically work the entire body, that should be core parts of your strength training program for speed. And then we're going to go through some, power exercises. So the next one after the squat is, of course, the deadlift, which is very similar, except you're lifting the weight off the ground. Again, this can be started with, dumbbells for younger kids, or a kettlebell as well. You can do that. So just to give you a look at how that looks, and it's a flat, tight back. You can see he's not rounding his back at all in that pull up. So it's all about the legs and the back in that movement. That is another core exercise you should be doing. Now, here's a little bit of working on that explosive force, what we call pogo jumps. You can do a 2 leg, single leg, which I show both here. And then, of course, you can also do them moving over 5 or 10 yards, because again, it, well, we'll get yeah, we'll talk about it here. These exercises should be done briefly. It's not endurance. It's about building explosiveness. It's the opposite. The actual activity should take very little time, and the rest period should be long. It's almost the actual opposite of a lot of conditioning that you're used to. So pogo jumps is simply basically staying on the balls of the foot, jumping as high as you can continuously. You wouldn't want to do this for more than, say, 10 seconds would be your set. Okay. And then you can also do 1 leg. And like I said, you can do them going forward for 10 seconds, or 10 yards is a good example as well. Now, another one, back that up just a little. This is your simple, next one is your simple broad jump, which is not used enough, which is a great exercise. Now you'll see him repeat it, and he's going to pause between each one because he's showing you the form. But you can do this where you can do, um, broad jumps where you're doing sets of one. So you just do one explosive broad jump, and then you have your rest, you do another. And then you can also do multiples to get that reaction on the ground like you're going to get when you're running and accelerating. But again, you wouldn't do many. I don't recommend a set of more than 3, maybe 4 at times for the broad jump, where you just, and when you're doing it that way, you want to get off the ground as quickly as possible and into the next one. That is what's going to help improve your acceleration speed as well. So you're going to see here, simple broad jump. I don't know if they do these in gym class anymore. We used to, but you can see the motion with the arms as well. And again, if you were to do 3 like that for a set, it would be quick, right? Boom, boom, boom. You wouldn't have that pause. And now this is simply, I think we're doing bounds here. Okay, so we're just simple. It's almost like an exaggerated run. You're working on getting the leg up, and you're working on that explosiveness and that power when you stick your foot in that ground, and working on that force to get you to go further, right? You can see the exaggeration of the movement. You're working on that power and generating force into the ground. And then that was, I thought I had one more, but I guess that was it. But those are some key exercises that you should be using in your training. They're absolutely going to help you become a faster soccer player, going to increase your soccer speed, especially your acceleration. I highly recommend putting those into a program, and I'll do more videos on that stuff. You can also go to impactsoccerperformance.com for an entire program that will absolutely increase your soccer speed. I'm going to leave it there. Appreciate you checking this video out. like the video. It helps out tremendously. Subscribe if you haven't, and please leave comments, leave questions below if you have any. I always check out the comments, and I will talk to you later.